Michala. If I'm meeting you for the first time, tonight's session is going to be focused on the shoulders and chest space, but if there's anything in particular you'd really like, let us know. All right. Then we are going to start off tonight in a seated position. You're welcome to find a blanket or a pillow, something to prop your sit bones up. And then when you feel comfortable, just begin to take in your surroundings. You might keep your eyes open here, noticing all the colors and textures around you. And then when you feel more comfortable, you're welcome to soften your eyes, maybe letting them close. And begin to acknowledge how you are arriving to your practice. Begin to take note of any extra tensions, conversation, action, or energies from your day that you might be bringing on your mat. And perhaps setting these aside so that you can create a space that is welcoming and relaxing. Begin to take note of your physical body. Observe where in your body you feel tension, and observe where in your body you notice space. And as you become more acquainted with your physical self, I invite you to tune in to your breathing. The breath is part of our energetic body, serving as a conduit, allowing all the energy to move through the whole body by way of breath. From this space, we'll begin with a gentle breathing practice. This breath is called the stress breath, and it was developed by the Holistic Health Foundation. So here, when you take your next inhale, just start to tuck your chin, looking down towards the earth. And when you come to an exhale, relax your shoulders and lift your head. Inhale, draw your chin inward, tuck your head. And exhale, lift your chin, soften your shoulders. And we'll do this 3 more times with your pace of breath. Inhale and exhale. And as you release, come to a normal breath and begin to sense the temperature of your breath. Maybe you notice cool air moving in through your nose as you take in air. And then perhaps sensing a little bit warmer air releasing out of your nose when you breathe out. Slowly take your hands to your knees, and we're just going to find gentle circles in our torso before we find stillness. So go ahead and rotate your torso forward over to one knee and back. And perhaps switch directions of your circle. And when you complete, realign your spine. Let's take a breath in together. Reach the arms over your head. And exhale, release the fingertips back down by your sides. From here, we'll stretch the arms by crossing left arm over right arm. You can reach for your shoulders, or some of us might find this connection binding finger onto palm if that's available. Wherever you are, find a little bit of lift through the elbows. See how you might guide the energy that is your breath to the places in your body that feel stuck or dark or closed, without any force, just gently guiding all our attention with love and with ease to the places in our body that need it. Your next in-breath, slowly reach your arms up, and then exhale, round your spine, curl your chin inward. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the chest. And exhale, unwind the shape, release your arms. Let's extend them way off to the sides. Spread the fingers and imagine you're pressing the palms to the sides. Here, get a feel for your ribs, acknowledging where your ribs are placed in space. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. And exhale, release fingertips back down. Before we move to the second side, interlace your hands behind your back. Imagine, so you're pulling your fingers a little bit, finding a little bit of traction. And as you do this, see how you might separate the shoulder blades. So broad in the back. Acknowledge whatever sensations are showing up in your arms or chest. And then slowly release. Open your arms off to the side, maybe send your chest up, and then cross right arm over left arm. Reaching for your shoulders perhaps, or maybe you connect finger to palm. Lift through the elbows. And once again, awareness and energy to the ribs. See how you might soften all the spaces in between your ribs. And we'll stay here for 3 more steady breaths. And as you feel complete, open the arms back out to the side and then relax. Take a moment just to integrate, maybe roll the shoulders up and back a few times. And then we'll lean our weight back so we can unwind the legs and shift your feet over to the right. So we're making this twisted shape by placing the left foot somewhere close to the right thigh. And then when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to fold forward over your left shin. If you'd like to make this restorative, more supportive, you're welcome to fold over a pillow or bolster. And take a moment to acknowledge any sounds that are part of your environment. Maybe you have gentle music on in your space, or maybe you hear a gentle hum of electronics, the pitter patter of an animal, any other sounds that are unique to your environment. And over time, if you're resting on support and you'd like to move deeper into sensation, you're welcome to do so. This practice of yin invites us to be curious about the deeper layers of our being. Perhaps that's physical or maybe mental. By slowing down, we let the body naturally invite us deeper into the shape. By holding stillness, we perhaps find this quality of heaviness in the body. Heavy body. Take one more round of your breath. And moving very gently, almost as if you're moving through water. Swaying your torso all the way back up to stand, and then twist your body completely over that left hip and inch your fingertips back out in front of you. Again, maybe coming down to the earth or maybe guiding a pillow under your body. See how you might broaden the shoulder blades, creating a little more space in the back of your body. And as you hold stillness here, begin to acknowledge whatever shows up. Without any need to control or force your practice. You can afford yourself a little bit more grace, a little bit more rest and awareness. See how you might release tension in your face. Relax the corners of your eyes and your lips. Three more natural breaths. And at the end of your final breath, maintaining this sense of heaviness, we're slowly going to lift. And take your time to unwind. Place both feet flat on the floor. And we'll push our hands into the floor, lift the hips off the mat, and then lower the hips down. And you can keep just with that motion, or if you like, you might send one arm out into space as you lift, just kind of stretching throughout one arm and the other. I'll let you move 2 more times. And then pause here, plant your feet, and tuck your chin as you fold over your legs. And the next exhale you come to, let it be an open mouth exhale, perhaps sending out any stagnant energy. Begin to lift your body back up and shift your feet over to the left. Bending your knees and taking the right foot somewhere towards the top of the left thigh, and then we'll fold forward over the shin. Again, using support if you like, making this your own practice. Here you might sense some sensation, some intensity or stretch throughout the legs and the hips. Some of us might also feel a lengthening sensation along the back. You might draw your mind back to something that is true in your practice. Perhaps listening to the sounds, sensing any textures or feelings under the body. And if you'd like to move deeper into this shape, you can release support if you like. Return your mind to the quality of heaviness, imagining your whole body to be heavy and protected by the ground. 3 more breaths, taking your own time. And then slowly let the body release. And go ahead and twist now all the way over to the right and lay your body down on a bolster or the floor. Maybe your forearms stack and you support your head on your hands. If you notice your mind beginning to wander, welcome it back with love and graciousness to the quality of your breath, recognizing that you are here and breathing and that you are safe. Begin to rise now, taking your time to release the shape and swing your legs out in front of you. Inhale, circle your arms over your head, and then bend your elbows to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, arms over your head, fingertips might touch. And then exhale, bend your elbows. Let's do 2 more times. And when you feel complete, I'll meet you in table. You might take a moment and fold forward, finding any last stretch for the back of the legs. Cushion the knees and table if you like with a blanket. And from here, we'll take a modified melting heart shape, taking this one arm at a time. So we do our best to keep our hips over our knees. Here, extend your right arm out into space and bend your left arm so you can support your head on top of the forearm. See how you might invite your shoulders to move somewhere down the spine and away from the mouth. And if this ever feels too intense, sometimes bringing a pillow or block under the ribs can release some of that pressure. Guide your right arm now under your forehead and extend the left arm out in front of you. 2 more slow breaths. And when you feel ready, transition onto your belly, taking any release that you like and making your way down onto your torso. Bend your knees, rock your feet side to side. And recheck in with your physical body, acknowledging the front of your physical body, how it's connecting downward to the comfort of the ground. Release your legs behind you and extend your right arm off to the side. So straight off to the side with your palm down, and begin to twist your body over to the right. I'm going to guide my knees up in towards my and support your head with a blanket or a block if that feels tender. Here we're looking for just the slightest bit of sensation somewhere along the right shoulder. Some folks also might like to twist, taking the top foot and planting it flat on the floor, twisting your knee up towards the ceiling. How might you welcome all the extra places in your body that are holding on, just to release even the slightest bit? Maybe that begins by telling these places that they are safe, that we honor them and all the work that they've done for our body and our mind. Draw attention back to the ribs and the torso. Notice each and every rib. We'll stay here together for 5 more breaths. Perhaps sending the energy of the breath to the whole body, carrying that full moon energy, the energy of accomplishment and power and sovereignty. That energy is still riding in the sky, so welcome it into your practice, your personal being. Then at the end of your last breath, go ahead and all the way onto your belly. Taking your time, letting these release movements feel good. Plant your hands by your rib cage and get a feel for what it's like to push your hands into the mat. And we'll find a baby cobra between sides. So push hands into the floor and track your shoulders down the spine. Lift your chest and take a breath. Move your body back down to the mat and transition to your left arm. Extend your left arm off to the side and then carry your weight over to the left shoulder. Just looking for the slightest bit of sensation, nothing too intense, and nothing that compromises your ability to stay soft and relaxed. Again, perhaps taking your knees up towards your torso or twisting the shape by sending your top knee towards the ceiling. By inviting stillness, we also have the opportunity to check in with our patterns, the patterns that we've created in our body, in our mind. They're not necessarily a bad thing. We've created them to protect us, but perhaps there's a little bit of leeway, or like you can soften around the edges, releasing any of that energy that doesn't serve you any longer. Recognize that you're breathing. Recognize that you are safe. And spend 3 more nourishing, calming breaths here. Make your way back onto your torso and push the body up to table. Arriving on your hands and knees again, and we'll move through the spine here. Keeping your arms strong, pushing evenly into the earth. Drop your belly and carry your chest forward. You might even roll the shoulders back. And we'll hold this for a breath. Breathe in and out. One more inhale. And when you exhale, coil the spine, tuck the chin, release the neck. Breathe in and out. And as you inhale, carry the body forward. And exhale, the body moves backward. Maybe 3 or 4 more times at your own pace. Finding any extra organic movements that feel good. And then we'll sit our weight back on our heels for a moment. And I'm going to invite you to move to a wall. So I didn't say this at the beginning of the session. I apologize. You can move to a wall or a couch or a chair, somewhere that you can prop your legs up. So also, if that's just not available, you can stack a bolster on blocks, and that in itself is elevation. So if you're moving to a wall or a couch, we'll take a blanket for the sit bones, and we'll extend our legs up at the wall. So to get into this, I like to sit face with one hip facing the wall, and then lean my weight back so I can slide the legs up the wall. And they can always just rest over a couch. The calves can feel supported by the cushions of the couch. And then from here, to keep with this expansion through the chest, open your arms off to the T with your palms up. Micro bend your knees. Begin to welcome any need to engage or work your muscles to relieve. In this inversion, we're inviting our blood to travel down back to the heart. This engages our parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for resting and digesting all of the energy and effort in our body. If you notice your head or your neck start to feel tender, then welcome a blanket or pillow underneath. Notice the places in your body that are still contacting the earth. The back of the body, the skull, the spine, the sacrum. And if it feels useful to you in your practice, you might open your legs up a little bit wider on the wall or the couch. We're going to move into more of a hip opener. And we do this by sliding the feet down the wall or the couch. So the feet are flat on the wall and the knees bend. You might even inch your sacrum away from the wall a little bit. And with your poise with your toes pointing upwards. We're finding an internal rotation of the hips. So this is a variation of what is commonly known as a frog shape in yin, if that means anything to you. But here you might notice sensation along the inner thighs and the inner hip. If you're looking for more sensation, then turn your toes outward. You might bend your elbows 90 degrees with the palms facing up, and that just creates a little more opening throughout the chest. Imagine the feet to be heavy, letting the feet feel heavy and supported by the wall or couch. Let's take 5 more breaths together, acknowledging that we're sharing energy, moving our bodies together, breathing here together. And when you're complete, there's no rush. Begin to reach the legs back up. This time, we'll cross one ankle. Let's start with the right. So cross the right ankle over the left knee. And then you can begin to bend the left leg until you find a stretch that feels comfortable and sustainable. So the left foot might come to the wall. And again, this passive of yin, this practice of yin is passive. So we're looking for the slightest bit of stretch. The more you bend into your left knee, the more intense this will feel. You might reacquaint yourself with your body, scanning your whole body, noticing places of harbored tension. For me, that is the eyes and the jaw. For others, it might be around the throat or shoulder. Slowly extend your left leg back up the wall and then unwind the right ankle and hug the right knee into your torso. And then when you're ready, there's no rush. Extend the right leg, maybe shake your legs out, and then cross the left ankle over the right knee. From there, sliding the right foot down the wall or the couch. Perhaps you welcome the energy of the breath to move to those places of harbored tension. Imagining the breath is expanding its beautiful, pure light around those places and then softening and relaxing as you breathe out. Three more breaths. And slowly begin to unwind the shape. Bend your knees and shift your weight over to one side, releasing from the wall. And lay on your side just for a moment or two. And then you might stay as you are and just scoot the body away from the wall, but eventually make your way flat on your back. You might return back to your mat. And when you come to lie down, we'll arrive in a twist. I'll invite you to cross your right leg all the way over the left leg. So, like you're stacking knees. Inch your hips a little over to the right so that you can make room for the knees to twist over to the left. Then I'm going to invite a block underneath my knees for a little support. And the arms can rest wherever is comfortable. You might even cover your body with a blanket if you tend to feel cold. Soften your eyes. Welcome awareness back inside to the comfort and safety of your own being. How might you return to this heavy, safe body? Allow yourself to rest here for 3 more breaths. And as you feel complete, engage your core very gently and notice what it feels like to return your knees back through the center line. Unwind your feet. Take a moment to pause. And from here, open your right knee off to the side and guide the right heel back to your left hip. So the right knee shifts off to the side. Maybe you cushion it with a block or blanket. And then from here, I'll invite you to reach your right arm above your head. Draw attention and energy to the right side of your body. How might you invite the breath to move to the right side of your body? As you spend a few more breaths here, see what your body is asking from you, whether you want more sensation or less. And if you want any more input, you might take your left fingertips over to the right hip crease, and I like to massage this area. Let's take a breath in together through our nose. Part your lips and let out a sigh. And then release your arms and slowly begin to plant your right foot back onto the mat. Neutralize the pelvis and we'll find a bridge shape in between. Anchor down through your heels and anchor down through your arms. Push into the floor and then send your hips up. Maybe even lean your weight back to your shoulders. And just get a feel for how one side might feel different than the other. Imagine you're holding a block in between your legs and you're finding a gentle hugging sensation there. Keep that and slowly return your body all the way down. And when the last vertebrae arrives, you can soften your whole body. Open your arms back out wide and cross left leg over the right leg, moving into a twist. Guiding support under your knees if you like. Evenly place your ribs. Get a feel for if one rib has kind of moved up into space or like you're asymmetrical, and see how you might neutralize the ribs. Heavy body here, soft, restful body. A body that can be curious about sensation, riding the edges of discomfort, noticing if the mind is beginning to talk to your body. Three more breaths. Activate the core, draw the belly in, and unwind the legs. Plant your feet and then allow the left knee to open wide off the mat. Guide the heel back to your opposite hip. And then extend the left arm above you. It doesn't have to be completely straight. You can bend the elbow and support the shoulder. And if your mind has begun to wander at all, you can welcome it back to the here and now by repeating something that is true for you. In the comfort of your mind, maybe you say to yourself, I am here practicing awareness. I am inviting my body to feel safe and at ease. Just as you are for 3 more slow, even breaths. And again, like you're a body in water, slowly wave your way back to a neutral position. And guide your left foot flat. Maybe you move through any final adjustments or shapes you like before you rest. And when you feel ready to move into Shavasana, your final rest, you can either lay on your back. Some folks feel more comfortable on the side. Maybe you'd like to sit up in a meditation space. All are wonderful options. I'm going to support my lower back by putting a bolster beneath my knees today. And when you come to find your body in the perfect resting position, begin to resolve to be still. The shape of Shavasana is our opportunity to integrate all of the energy that was moved throughout our practice. Evenly place the shoulders, the spine, the sacrum, and legs. You might turn your palms up towards the sky in a gesture of receiving. Here I invite you to receive all of the energy from the full moon, an energy that is powerful and sovereign. Welcome this power into your whole body, from the crown of your head down to the tips of your toes. Give yourself this opportunity to be present with your mind, present with your body, and present with your breath. And as you are resting here, I'll guide us through a short mantra meditation. We'll repeat the mantra if it feels useful to you. If it doesn't, then just be here in this soft, restful space. In the comfort of your mind, you might repeat Om as you breathe in. Inhale and Om. And as you exhale, you might repeat Shanti. Shanti for peace. Inhaling love, inhaling Om, and exhale Shanti. Exhale peace. Om Shanti. 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 Keeping your body still and heavy, begin to guide the mind back. Guide the mind back to all four corners of your mat. Notice what it might feel like to rest with the whole body in a space of ease and comfort. And gradually begin to extend the awareness outward, noticing sounds and sensations in your environment. And ever so just slowly begin to move throughout your body. Maybe opening and closing your hands. And taking your time, begin to shift over to one side if you are lying down. And take a moment or two just to be there. And when you're ready, begin to shift the body back up to a seated shape. And we end our time together the same way we began, by breathing. Inhale, lower your chin down to your sternum. And exhale, lift your chin, release your shoulders. Two more. Inhale, exhale. One more. And begin to recognize any ways in which you feel different. And hold space for how you might feel the same or unchanged. Guide your hands now in towards your heart. And take a moment to send gratitude out, out to the world, to the people you practiced with, and to yourself. Thank you for sharing your session with me today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all for coming.
Thanks.
Take care. Let us know if you have any questions, anything we can do for you.
Thank you.
And it's nice to
Thank you, everyone. Thanks. Be well. Have a nice evening.